Delay, guys. Welcome to the O2 Arena, where we announce our huge show May the 30th for all Britannia, and we look back on this wonderful arena where many of these gentlemen will be gracing the ring in a huge night of British boxing. I think we've gone a little bit over the top with this card, and when you look at how it's grown over the last couple of weeks, it's something that I'm very proud of as a promoter and a fan, and very proud that many of our top British fighters get the opportunity to challenge for and defend some of the most prestigious belts in world boxing. This is a card really from top to bottom that is something very special. Down from the local hero who sells thousands of tickets, John Wayne Hibbert, challenging Dave Ryan for the Commonwealth light welterweight title. Two great undefeated lightweights, Craig Evans and Scotty Cardle, challenge for the British lightweight title. John Ryder against Nick Blackwell for the British middleweight title in a cracking fight. The Olympic heavyweight champion, 11-0, 11 KOs. Many talking about as the future heavyweight champion of the world, takes a huge step up against the American Kingpin Johnson. Lee Selby, the Welsh Mayweather, challenges the tough Russian and IBF world champion Yevgeny Gradovich for the IBF featherweight title. Kevin Mitchell, local hero here, part of the reason why most of the tickets have already gone prior to the other announcement today, will challenge three-weight world champion and one of the top lightweights in the world, WBC champion Jorge Linares. And now we have the all-British welterweight clash for the IBF welterweight championship of the world, a belt. Two others hold the belts in the division, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, and after May the 2nd, there'll only be two champions, and now KELL BROOK will defend his world title against Birmingham's Frankie Gavin, topping this huge card. Also a special shout out to a young gentleman down on the right making his debut on the card, Lucian Reid, who has, let's be honest, had it right off. I mean, signed him a couple of weeks ago and planned to put him and start him on this card, and we didn't know how big it would get, and he's going to be having a cracking time in front of 17,000 people making his debut. Lucian, good luck. We're going to speak to all the fighters on the table. I'm going to start with Scotty Cardle down the end. Obviously, Scotty due to fight Terry Flanagan for that British lightweight title. Now, you're undefeated, Craig Evans undefeated. 16, 17,000 in there. Big night for you.
Massive night. Looking forward to it. I've been waiting for this night for a long time, and I've been in the gym since Christmas waiting for the British title shot. I've been preparing for a southpaw, so that's nothing new for me. I'm fully prepared in that way, and obviously I was surprised to hear Craig got the shot. Obviously been campaigning that super feather for quite a while, but I know what I have in store. Well, Craig's a class kid. I've seen him even in the amateur scene, and he's pushed his combinations nicely, and I'm looking forward to the fight. But my plan is to arrive majestically on the night, and that's the only plan. So the preparation could be perfect, and I can't wait for the night.
Obviously, you boxed all around the country, and you know that big win over Kirk Collins at the MEN. But this really the breakout night for you both potentially on May 30th. Yeah,
well, I've had good fights in the past, but this is what it all comes down to at the end of the day. This is the British title. It's the start of my career, really. This is my start. So and it's down to me to put it right. And obviously I'm up against some major fights on this show. I want to show myself off, and I want to be on top form on the night.
Craig, obviously be a lot of Welsh in the arena on the night, with Lee Selby challenging for the world title as well.
Yeah,
looking forward to May 30th.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Just can't wait now for May 30th to come. Sooner the better, I'd say.
Obviously you would have known Scotty from the amateurs. What sort of fight are you expecting on the 30th?
Well, I've known him from the amateurs. He used to fight 69 kn, and obviously he come down now as a pro, and he's an exciting fighter, well-rounded fighter and all. But if the best Craig Evans turn up on the night, there's no one to beat me out there.
And obviously, like I said, a lot of Welsh on the night. Your trainer as well, training Lee Selby for his world title fight. It's going to be a buzzing dressing room.
Well, it's going to be buzzing, especially when Selby wins the world. He's going to be a new world champion in the gym and a British champion, so looking forward to it.
Lucian, just a quick word from you. Obviously, going to be selling a lot of tickets for the show. Very popular fight. Had a stellar amateur career, and must be amazing to be part of this big night.
Can't wait. everyone on the table is my idol. Like, they've done what I want to do as a professional, so I'm looking to excel. I'm looking to challenge for as many titles as possible. Looking to go in the pro ranks as far as possible.
Look forward to that. John, probably the unluckiest man in British boxing. We've had more pull-outs than God knows. But now delighted to win the purse bid this week. You against Nick Blackwell. It's a great fight for the Lonsdale title.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. I feel like it's been a long time coming. I obviously had a slip up with Billy Saunders, but he was a past opponent. But I've had a year now of rebuilding, and I'm looking forward to my chance.
Obviously, your last 2 fights have been at this arena, like your home now. You've boxed on a number of big shows. What do you expect from the Blackwell fight? You know his style is quite similar to yourself. Could be an all-action fight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great fight. He's going to come to fight. He's going to be in my face tonight, and that's when you'll see me excel. I mean, the last 2 opponents, I had Fearless Tete, who just wanted a run and hold all night, and then Billy Godoy, he was a fair opponent, but yeah, he came with sort of tactics, and it was made it a bit of a dull fight. But I mean, this is a fight that people are going to enjoy.
Lee, obviously originally April 25th was the proposed date for this fight. You've been out in LA sparring, you've had a long camp already. I know you've had a little bit of time off and just ease off the gas, which you don't like to do. But now it's here, your shot at the world title. You won a final eliminator here at the O2 against Joel Brunker, and ready to get the big one.
That's it. If the fight was next week, I'm ready to fight. I'm just so excited. And looking down at that belt there is just giving me goosebumps. I'm waking up every morning still pinching myself, just making sure it's really happening. I know I'm up against it. Gradovic is a great champion. He's had 5 defences. I'm his 3rd mandatory, so he's a true champion, and that's what I want. Because when I beat him, then I'm going to send out a message to the rest of the featherweights in the division. I want to be mixing it with the Lomachenkos and Nicholas Waters, and I believe I can hang with them guys.
Obviously, you flew out and watched Gradovic's last defence against Velez. What did you see in that fight, and what sort of fight are you expecting on the 30th?
With Gradovic, he was just the same as he usually is. Comes forward, pressure fighter, trying to wear Velez down. But I think Velez showed up to beat him in the first 4 rounds. He outboxed him, but he just didn't have the experience or the ring IQ to keep it up and to win the fight. So my plan is just to break him down round by round, similar to Bronca. And I'm not going to try and win on points. I'm going to knock him off. I never make a prediction, so now I've got to back myself up.
Well, you just have now. This is the official prediction.
I am going to knock Evgeny Gradovic out. Out there.
We look forward to it.
Thank you.
Obviously, we've had a great time. You know, you boxed all over the country, some big nights in Wales as well. We know you've got plenty of Welsh fans travelling, but to win that world title out there, you know,
that's it.
It's going to be a special
It's going to
night.
mean the world to me. Like, boxing's not just like a hobby or a sport or my lifestyle. It is my life. That's what I do. I live for boxing. And 2 of my greatest memories of boxing as a professional being here. I won the Lonsdale belt outright here, and the eliminator for the world title. And now hopefully I can win the world title here too.
AJ, obviously, I think everybody realises your first major step up at the O2 Arena. It's become almost like your home here. You debuted here. You know, you fought here a number of times since. And Kevin Johnson, we know, will be bringing his best on May the 30th.
Yeah, Kevin Johnson's had a long time to train for it, because we're supposed to get it on April 25th, but due to it was
January the 30th.
January the 30th, yeah. So due to injury, we had to postpone it. So he's had great lengths of time to get himself mentally ready, physically ready, just like myself as well. I was doing a lot of rehab, but it's been like a blessing in disguise, because I've had time to change some of my weaknesses to strengths, and that was the reason why I got injured, because I was a bit weaker in certain parts of the body. But I'm back. Had the fight a couple of days ago. I feel good. Felt really relaxed in there, like I could fight all night. And Kevin Johnson's one of those type of fighters that is there to make things awkward, and he seems to be there all night because no one seemed to have stopped him. So it'd be a really good step up.
Obviously, we tried to get him for the Newcastle card, but he wanted time to prepare. He's obviously taking this one seriously.
Yeah.
Plenty of fun and games in and out of the ring.
Yeah.
Looking forward to having that banter.
Not really. I don't really live up to the banter of things, especially in a fight game. But he's really entertaining. You know, if you guys can make it down to the press conference when he's here, if you're in for a laugh, if you enjoy a laugh, you'll definitely be entertained by Kevin Johnson.
Obviously, everyone's talking about those big fights. You know, those big domestic fights out there for you. you feel like Johnson could be the sort of final hurdle before they come in the autumn, winter?
Yeah, I think we're into like the middle tier opponents as we were speaking about, you know. I think we've gone through the lower tier, people to make me look good, build my confidence, gain valuable experience as a professional, and now we're going into like the Johnsons of the world, guys who've been at the world stage, just failed at world stage, build up, you know, they're there to make me look bad because Johnson has been in with world champion, and he's probably looking at me like I'm a bit of a novice in the pro ranks and he can exploit some of my weaknesses. But with the training I'm doing, the discipline, just like Lee, I've made boxing my life now. It's not just a hobby. I've got a lot of determination and I should see myself through another challenge.
Kevin Mitchell, as a fight fan, you against Jorge Linares is just a cracking fight. We know you joke around, we know you mess around, but this is a massive night for you.
Yeah, massive night. My second time at a world title fight, and I believe it's my time where I'm going to shine. You know, I've had 2 years now reviews with Tony, looking after me and keeping me in great line and keeping me in tune. And yeah, been an explosive fight. He's a three-way world champion. You know, he's one of freedom weights. He's fast, classy. He does things right, but he does a lot of things wrong, and I'll capitalise on that. And I'll make him pay. I promise you, this time, man, I'll become world champion.
Obviously, you've had a great career and winning that WBC lightweight title, especially in London. The support you'll have here on May the 30th will be, you know, I can actually feel it now.
Yeah, it'd be mad. Yeah, it'd be nice to get all the times I've like. Well, I fought for the WBO interim, I fought for the WBO world title, and the times I've done it, my fans were there, and I let a lot of people down, including my family. Well, I weren't prepared and not right mentally in the ways of what I was doing, day-to-day life. But now this time, man, I've got Tony looking after me and making sure I'm doing everything right. He's put me up in an hotel this last week. I made sure I'm up every morning early and make sure I'm doing
Premier in, by the way.
Yeah, top class one. And I made sure I'm grafting away, you know. I do believe this time, man, I'm in a shape and in such a good place now the last 2 years that I'll knock this kid out between 5 and 10 rounds.
And obviously you and Tony, big tacticians, you know, big you know, boxing researchers, if you like.
Yeah.
What do you see in Linares? You know, we've seen him been knocked out before. We know he's punching hard at lightweight as well. He's had a couple of big stoppage wins.
Yeah.
How do you see the fight playing out?
He fights cute, he fights pretty. I ain't gonna give a game plan, I won't be stupid, wouldn't it? But we do fancy doing the job, and we do fancy, and me and Tony spoke about things, and like the other day we went into the TV room, we said watch them two fights and come out and tell me what you think. And I come out and went, he's getting knocked out, and he just smiled at me. And we both got a game plan together, what we think suits the fight, and if it don't suit, we'll have to change whilst we're in there, and we don't mind changing. We'll work on a few various things and we'll get the job done.
We had a lot of people at this table talk about boxing is their life. Boxing's definitely been your life. What it means to you to capture the full version of the world title, especially the green and gold belt in London.
It's been a 20-year dream, as a kid, 10-year-old kid, as in like one of KELL's kids that's KELL grew up, Nazim Ahmed. I used to watch him as a kid on TV, on Sky Sports and things. And that's what made me dream of becoming a fighter. And it's been a 20-year dream, but I'd say as a pro, it's probably been the last 2 years of my career that I've actually took it seriously and actually started living it properly. And took the whole game properly, 100% seriously. And to win the gold belt, God, the green and gold belt would mean everything to me. My kids' lives, it would mean everything to me.
Can't wait for that fight. The main event is one that really has come out of nowhere. As soon as KELL BROOK beat Jojo Dan in his mandatory defence a couple of weeks ago in Sheffield, he said to me, when are we out again? And the plan was always July or August. And all of a sudden the opportunity come out to defend his belt on this huge bill at the O2. At that point, Frankie Gavin, always when we signed Frankie Gavin recently, was a fight that I felt would happen with KELL BROOK in 9 or 12 months. We could build it naturally. And it's come completely out of the blue and much quicker than everybody expected. Around 6 days ago, the IBF called and ordered Frankie Gavin to fight Timothy Bradley in a final eliminator for the world title. Again, that was a dream shot for Frankie, and I phoned him up straight away, and he was over the moon to look at that fight. We spoke to Top Rank, we looked at the numbers, June the 13th in New York, and we realised how tough that fight was. And you know, Frankie turned around to me and said, look, how do you feel about me fighting KELL BROOK on May the 30th? You know, and I was looking at other opponents, and obviously this is a quick turnaround. I just felt that everybody loves domestic fights, and everybody loves domestic fights for world titles. This isn't just any world title. This is a world title in a 147-pound division with two other champions called Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. One guy from Sheffield, 34-0, many think is the new sensation, a special one of the welterweight division, and a young man in Frankie Gavin from Birmingham, who has always had so much promise and potential, always wanted to step up to the plate, and now he gets the chance to do it. It was a very quick deal. KELL BROOK fancied the fight. He knows Frankie's wanted it for a long, long time. Frankie jumped at the opportunity, give him a huge amount of respect for that, because it has come probably 6 months before we anticipated. And you know, within joining us and having his first fight in Sheffield, within 3 or 4 days he was given the opportunity of Tim Bradley in a final eliminator of KELL BROOK for the IBF welterweight crown. Frankie, obviously I know you know it's a tough fight, it's a huge fight for you. It's one you've wanted for a long time.
Yeah, what I was thinking about to say, you've just said it all. But yeah, it's been a mad, hectic week really. Timothy Bradley, KELL BROOK from Chris Van Heerden. And obviously I feel sorry for Chris. Obviously I've got to take this fight, it's a world title fight. And it's a very winnable fight, just got to turn up and do what I know I can do, what I've been doing in the gym for the last 10 years. And if I turn up and do what I do, KELL's in for a hard night in my opinion. Obviously thanks to KELL for giving me the world title shot. I'll be doing everything I can to come with both hands to grab it.
Obviously you've talked a long time about fighting for the world title. I remember when you weren't with us, I always used to see your Twitter calling for the fight with KELL. You feel like now's the time for this fight? I know it's come probably 6-9 months before expected, but you've always felt that you could beat KELL BROOK.
Yeah, I think I'm a dad can beat anyone really. Obviously Mayweather and Pacquiao, them shots are not going to come from me. I'd hope not in the foreseeable future, but now with this fight, I win this fight, any fight in the lightweight division can come for me. So obviously I've wanted the world title shot for so long, and now I've got it. I'm not going to let it go.
Obviously been a lot of talk about the potential Amir Khan fight, and now another Brit will step up and take that fight. You feel like you might be able to slip in and pull an unexpected one here, because obviously the focus has been on Khan and Rios and Marquez, etc.
Most definitely, I wouldn't have rang you up for the fight just to turn up. It weren't about the money for me, it was about winning a world title. And obviously I seen the chance to get one and I took it. And hopefully I made a fair if I take it with both hands and I'll become the world champion. And be ready to put on a big statement for myself.
Again, massive things for the winner of this fight. Talks only last night with Top Rank, and I think you'll get an announcement probably in the next week or so that the winner of this fight will move on and fight Brandon Rios in August, with a date to be announced shortly. KELL, a very quick turnaround for you. I think you had 1 day off and you were straight back in the gym. Plan on building momentum. Obviously you filled Sheffield Arena, and now this is going to be another sold out arena for you in London. First time at the arena defending your world title.
I'm excited. I've had too long of a time out, with a leg, and obviously I boxed last week, a couple of weeks ago, and I said to you, get me back out again. So I'm always here, to let these guys. Frankie's been wanting this fight for a long time, and everybody loves the British world title fight. I think it's definitely with Frankie. Everyone knows the classy boxer, and he always seems to do enough in fights. I believe that he don't really train as hard as he should. I think with this one, he knows these world title fights online. We're going to see the best of Frankie Gavin, and hopefully, he's going to bring the best out of me. It's going to be an exciting fight.
I know obviously you'll fight anyone, and the focus, talk about Rios in August, and obviously the talk about Khan. Any chance you take your foot off the gas here? Obviously, you're confident of beating Frankie Gavin, but it's just a case of looking good in another big welterweight fight in May.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not looking past Frankie. I think I did a Snapchat the other day, running late on. I'm back in training very hard. I'm looking to make a statement in this fight. He's wanted this fight for a while. Be careful what you wish for, because you've got your chance now, but he's in with a special one header, and this belt's not going nowhere.
Obviously, your progression over the last, since August winning the world title, you had the problems in September and it's been a frustrating period, but now with the momentum, like I said, filling Sheffield Arena, huge audience on Sky Sports, huge audience on Showtime in America, headlining your first Sky box office event here, kind of like on the verge of some major things.
Absolutely, I want to keep that momentum now.
I'm injury free. I just want to be back out there in front of the fans and displaying what I've got. You know, it's a short-lived career now. I think I'm in my prime, 34 fights unbeaten. You know, I want to take care of Frankie on the 30th of May, and then, you know, my will's my ice. I just want to be involved in massive fights, and I want everyone to see, you know, what I've got in this game.
Thanks, Kel. We look forward to that. May the 30th, probably 1 or 2 still to be added. Don't know how we're going to fit them in. We're going to be starting, doors are going to be opening at 4 o'clock on May the 30th, with boxing starting at around 4:30. We have a curfew in here, so there will be no late nights. Everyone will get home safely by whatever transport they choose. And enjoy the build-up for this one. Obviously, a lot of huge international star fighters arriving in to London on the week of May the 30th. It's a massive opportunity for the likes of SELBY to become world champion, for the likes of Kevin Mitchell to finally realise his dream. A huge domestic welterweight clash, other big British title fights as well. It's a very, very special card, and enjoy the ride. All these fighters here are going to be available for one-on-ones now. We're going to have a group photo, and then we're going to have Scotty Cardle and Craig Evans in a face-off, and also Frankie Gavin and KELL BROOK. And then feel free to ask these guys as many questions as you want. Thanks very much.